I'm Mark Talbot. I'm the police chief here in Norfolk. Officers were detailed out here at about 15 minutes after 3. They were detailed out here to assist Child Protective Services. Officers arrived on scene and almost immediately were confronted by a female who was combative. As officers were trying to control the female, a male came out of a residence and fired several times at police officers. Officers returned fire and struck the suspect. In the exchange, a police officer was struck multiple times. He's considered to be in good condition at this point. The suspect was also struck multiple times, and he's considered to be in critical condition at this point. The child that was involved in this incident is safe. There's no danger to the community, and we don't expect to be looking for anybody else involved. And that's all we know right now. Thank you so much.
I'm Ramin Fatehi. I'm the Commonwealth's attorney for the city of Norfolk.
And so coming out here today, this is the 4th officer-involved shooting or incident of this kind in Norfolk. What does that make you feel?
People need to stop shooting at the police. I hate to be that blunt about it, but it's that simple. Each of these incidents is its own thing with its own facts. They all depend on what happens on a given day. But the common denominator is people are shooting at the cops, and they need to stop. It is not justified, and people need to stop.
Why is it important for you to be out here at the scene today?
Because I am an independent watchdog. I serve justice, and I have to make an independent assessment of every single one of these cases to make sure that whoever broke the law is held accountable. And that means I also have to make sure that not only are our citizens acting appropriately, but also that the police are acting appropriately. Because if, heaven forbid, an officer has broken the law, I have an obligation to hold the officer accountable. But these are among the most serious cases that prosecutors in America handle. I have a personal responsibility to be here, to see the scene myself, to speak to people while things are fresh, and to be available to the state police while the state police does their investigation. If I'm going to make the call, whether to sit down with the family of a Norfolk citizen and say the officers did everything right, or heaven forbid, at some point to have to say, no, the officers did something wrong, I need to be able to do that and say that I was here myself and that I took every step I could to make sure that I made the best decision I could.
I know it's pretty early in the process, but does anything, where are you leaning either one way or another? Do you think this was handled the right way?
It's not appropriate for me to talk about that. I don't prejudge these cases. That's why we have full investigations. That's why I wait for the state police to give me a report, and then facts and ethics permitting, I do a full report or I bring charges. But I can tell you, the common denominator in all 4 of the incidents that we've seen is that people have shot at the police. And that never goes well. And people really need to think twice and not do that.